Hi everyone, and welcome to our informational webinar, Teaching in the USA with Educational Partners International. We are Educational Partners International, but we commonly call ourselves EPI for short, so you'll hear me call us EPI during this presentation. My name is Jessica, and I work as a content specialist for EPI, and today we will be talking about what EPI does and how you can apply. So before we start our presentation, go ahead and let us know where you're from. You can let us know in the comments. Personally, I'm from North Carolina. Before working with EPI, I taught English at the community college level, and I'm really excited to be working at a place that combines my passion for education with my passion for cultural exchange. We also want you to take this opportunity to ask any questions that you have regarding EPI and our process. You can ask questions in the comment box and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. Keep in mind that we won't be able to answer questions about your specific application for privacy reasons. All of those questions should be emailed to team@teachwithepi.com. So today's webinar is a general introduction to EPI. By the end of this presentation, we hope you will have an understanding of our mission and know the benefits of EPI both in the program and after you leave the U.S. So the first question that most people have is, what is EPI? You can answer this question in a lot of ways, but first and foremost, EPI is a cultural exchange program that brings international teachers into the U.S. to teach. Officially, EPI is designated by the U.S. Department of State as a sponsor for a visitor exchange program. We have become a world leader in cultural exchange, helping hundreds of teachers from around the world come to the U.S. to teach. Teachers in our program are currently in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida. While we work with schools across the southern United States, our office is in North Carolina, which is about where that arrow is. So that's where we're from. Can you let us know where you're from in the comments? We would just love to hear from you. To understand the importance of U.S. cultural exchange, you may want to know about the history of cultural exchange in the United States. Much of the cultural exchange movement in the U.S. was started by Senator J. William Fulbright. He was passionate about strengthening U.S. relations and saw cultural exchange as a good way to accomplish this. You're probably familiar with his name because he created the Fulbright program, which is a famous international education scholarship. After creating the Fulbright program, he developed and passed the Fulbright-Hays Act of 1961. The purpose of this act was to increase mutual understanding between the people of the United States and the people of other countries by means of educational and cultural exchange to strengthen ties which unite us with other nations. The Fulbright-Hays Act led to the creation of cultural exchange programs across the U.S. So if you have been to our website, you have probably seen this definition for EPI. Educational Partners International is a J-1 visa visitor exchange program authorized to sponsor teachers for K-12 placement in public, private, and charter schools in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida. But what does that actually mean? Well, as we've already stated, it means that we offer cultural exchange opportunities for teachers from other countries to come to the United States. Cultural exchange means that our teachers come to the U.S. to share their culture and then return to their home country so that they can share what they have learned about the U.S. Our program is a 3-year program. After those 3 years, you could possibly apply for a 2-year extension, which means that the longest you will stay in the United States with us is 5 years. Because you will have a J-1 visa, after you finish the program, you will return to your home country for 2 years. Those 2 years where you go back to your home country are important because that is where you're really going to complete our mission as a cultural exchange program. Of course, we want you to come to the U.S. to share your culture, but we are also interested in you returning home and sharing your experience with the U.S. to other people within your home country. That is because EPI believes sharing knowledge across cultures and venues improves understanding among teachers, students, administrators, and members of the communities in which we live. This is the whole reason why we do this program. Your ability to bring your culture to the US and then to take US culture back home with you is really what true cultural exchange is about. Exchanging knowledge and information between cultures so that we can understand each other better as a global community. So what does this kind of cultural exchange look like? Well, as a teacher with EPI, you will create projects and events to help share some of your culture with students and teachers in the US. Today, we have a couple of examples of projects our teachers have done. Here's an event that a couple of our Jamaican teachers did together. For this event, they made Jamaican food. They also taught traditional dances to the students and teachers at the school. This is a project one of our Chinese teachers did. He organized a pen pal program between US students and Chinese students, which he called the International Academic Friendship Program. Here are pictures of some of the letters that they wrote to each other. One of our teachers from the Bahamas wanted to introduce her students to the Junkanoo Festival. Her first grade students used passports she made to pretend to travel to the Bahamas, where they learned about the Winter Junkanoo Festival and its traditional instruments and costumes. They then made postcards with Bahamian symbols for their friends and family. This is an activity one of our Filipino teachers organized for his art class. He taught the class about the Mascara Festival and its history. He then had his students make their own traditional festival masks. As you can see, we provide many opportunities for you to share your culture with your school here in the US, and there are many different ways that you can do this. You will have the ability to find what you are really passionate about and share that with your students. So now that you have more of a background on who we are and what we do, it's time to talk about what benefits you get from participating in our program. Well, as we keep talking about, the most obvious benefit that you get is that you will get to encounter new cultural experiences, experience life in the US, and share your culture with people who would not normally experience it. Your students in the United States may not know very much at all about life in your home country, and you will get to share things with your students that they would have never known otherwise. By doing this, you will also have the opportunity to make a positive impact for students all over the world, not just in your home country. Also, one of the most important things that we offer you is personal and professional support for you during your time here in the United States. We think teacher support is a major part of the whole process and one of the most important things that we do. We are invested in your success, so we are available for you as a resource even after you have arrived in the United States. So let's talk more in depth about the type of support that we offer our teachers. EPI's support program is an area of pride for us as a cultural exchange program. We start our support program immediately after our teachers are chosen for a position in the U.S. As soon as you are placed in one of our schools, one of our dedicated and trained teacher support specialists will contact you to help guide you in the process of moving to the U.S. They will start by giving you a welcome packet with new information on your community. This packet includes information about everything from housing and medical services to food and entertainment. Our teacher support specialists are familiar with the places our teachers work, and they can help you create a budget, find housing, and make a plan for your transportation while you're here. The relationship between you and your teacher support specialist is an important one and will continue throughout your time as an EPI program member. Your teacher support specialist will be in touch with you during orientation and post-arrival. Should you need help of any kind while you are here in the United States, our teacher support specialists are ready to help. We want you to come to us with your challenges so that we can help you overcome them. In addition to our teacher support specialists, we offer instructional support. Our team of instructional support specialists are education professionals who are familiar with the expectations of U.S. schools, and they can help you with any issues that you have in the classroom. At EPI, we understand that American students need the international perspective that teachers like you bring, and we are dedicated to doing all we can to help you deliver it. From culture shock to meeting the needs of struggling learners, we are here to support you. EPI is a program that not only provides benefits while you are here, but also when you return to your home country. The experiences and professional development that you will have while in the United States is something that you will carry with you your whole life. Once you are done with our program, you will be able to go home with a new perspective that will enrich your personal and professional life. Also, participating in this program means that you are now a world educator. You are a teacher who has taught students from multiple countries all over the world. Experiences like these are truly life-changing, and you will not be the same kind of teacher or person that you were before you came here, which we consider to be one of the major benefits of participating in our program. Before we finish talking about the benefits EPI has to offer, here is what some of our teachers have to say about their time in the United States. Lynn from Australia says, being in the EPI program has given me the opportunity to meet people from all over the world and to learn about their culture and language. It has been challenging at times, but it has allowed me to grow as a person and to step out of my comfort zone. Aston from Jamaica says, the EPI team deals with matters concerning teachers swiftly, effectively, and with noteworthy professionalism. I am very impressed with the service received from EPI, and I would have no hesitation recommending the organization Educational Partners International. To hear more from our teachers, you can visit our Facebook page. We have posted several videos of our teachers talking about their educational and cultural exchange experiences. So now that you know more about us, the question is EPI right for you? Well, here we have listed some of the basic requirements for our program. EPI teachers must have a bachelor's degree. They must have at least 2 years full-time teaching experience. They must be currently teaching, and they must have advanced English skills. So if that sounds like it applies to you, apply at teachwithepi.com. As you can see in the video, the first step is to go to our website, teachwithepi.com/teachers. Once you are there, you will scroll down until you see the orange button that says click here to apply. Then you will answer some questions about your eligibility and click the submit button. After you answer the questions, you will be able to make an account with your email address and start your application. The only thing that you need to start your application is an email address. If you have already started the application process, be sure that you are checking your email regularly for updates on your status. You can also sign up at teachwithepi.com/webinars to watch all of our future webinars and to sign up for our mailing list. I'll be including a link to that in the comments below after the broadcast. So now it's time for questions. I'll be answering any questions that you have left in the comments, but if you haven't submitted your question yet, go ahead and comment now. Also, feel free to tell us about yourself. We would love to know where you are from. It looks like we've already had teachers comment from Jamaica, the Philippines, Colombia, Mexico, and Spain today. So the first question we have is, when does the teaching position start? One second. When does the teaching position start? Would a teacher arrive before the school year starts? So this teaching position would start in August 2018. That is the beginning of the U.S. school year. The U.S. school years usually start in August. And yes, you would arrive maybe a month before the school year starts. We will have an orientation for you to attend to get you acquainted with the U.S. and your community before the school starts. Do I have a choice as to which school I go to? So you will be invited to interviews by the school, but if you are not interested in teaching for that school, you do not have to do the interview. And in that way, you do have a choice. You can also indicate any preferences in the area of the country or the type of town that you live in when you are contacted by placement. Are there any Florida placements? Yes, we are currently placing in Florida. What is the deadline for 2018 placement? So we don't have a deadline for 2018 placement, but as I said, the school year would start in August, and we'd want you to come for orientation a little bit before that. So you're really going to want to apply as soon as possible to get your application finished before then. How do you apply? So as I've already stated, you just go to the website, teachwithepi.com. You scroll down until you see the orange button that says click here to apply. Then you'll answer some questions about eligibility, click submit, and you'll be able to register and start your application. How much does it cost to apply? So we do not charge an application fee. You'll never have an application fee for EPI, but we do require documents that might cost money, such as a criminal record check or certified translations of your documents. You will also need a credential evaluation, which can be expensive, but we reimburse up to $160 of the credential evaluation once you come to the United States. Orientation would begin, so the next question is, when does orientation begin? So orientation would begin a couple of weeks before your placement. The exact time is weird because we have multiple orientations that we do to be able to see all of our teachers, but you can guess about a month before the school year begins. Is there an age limit? EPI does not have an age limit. You do need to be currently teaching, but in terms of age, we do not have any sort of minimum or maximum for age. What subjects are you looking for? We are currently placing in all subjects, so regardless of what subject you're teaching, go ahead and go to teachwithepi.com and start your application. All right, so it looks like we just have one more question for today. It is, do I need a driver's license? So if you have a driver's license, we'll ask for you to put a copy on your application. But if you do not have a driver's license, being a driver is not a requirement for our program. You do not need a driver's license. So the only reason we ask you to consider having one is so that you could be placed in places that don't have strong public transportation systems in place. Okay, so that's our last question for today. If we did not get to answer your question, or you have questions that you didn't get to ask, go ahead and leave them in the comments, and we will answer all leftover questions in the comments after the broadcast is over. So in closing today, I would like to share with you this quote from J. William Fulbright that I feel illustrates the importance of cultural exchange education. We must try to expand the boundaries of human wisdom, empathy, and perception, and there is no way of doing that except through education. Much like Fulbright talks about here, at EPI, we hope to expand the understanding of U.S. students by giving them opportunities to learn from teachers like you. So that's all for today, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. If you are interested in viewing our previous webinars or signing up for upcoming webinars, go to teachwithepi.com/webinars and sign up for our mailing list. I'll be leaving that link in the comments after this presentation. Also, be sure to follow us on Facebook to hear about our upcoming events, as well as to hear more from our current teachers. If you have any more questions, be sure to email us at team@teachwithepi.com or leave a comment below. Thanks, everybody, and have a good day.